one is, what if Deku had shadow clones as his quirk? Well, this shadow clones are from Naruto, but let's make some alterations. One, inside of chakra, you're going to use stamina, and it won't need the, how I say, those hand signals. All it requires is a thought instead. But I think pretty much the same. Start off with, as we know, the average shinobi can, how I say, use 3 shadow clones. After your problems, so here we do the same. Well, Deku had this until the day he was born. When he came out, when the doctor slapped his back behind, he slapped his behind, he split into 4. 3 of them was clones. The third walking around. They all charged, went after him, so going after him. So they got tired, but best case versus was the doctor. Then the clones poofed and returned to him. While Zuko was growing up, he would correct clones. Sometimes when he was sleeping, sometimes when he was awake. They would all run around. Because Zuko's body would develop faster than other kids. Mainly because he would eat more than other kids as well. But when Izuku turned 1, Izuku would like working out, like going on runs. You hear me? Izuku knew he started learning stamina. So Izuku always liked having his clones out. He always liked the feeling of being more of him. Kind of like a hive mind of it. He saw what they saw. They saw what he saw. They all thought the same. He loved the feeling of being more. He wanted to be more of him. So each of his clones started working out one day. One in speed, strength, durability. And Zuku started studying. Each day, it went more and more. Every day, right before he went to sleep, he would poof them. Every day, he would go, he would one more. He does it over and over again. When sometimes he would even forget how I say undo it. And remain even while he was sleeping. This is constant usage of his quirk. Since he was a baby, it caused a few side effects. Go for it. The quirk stronger. First side effect: when he reached the age of 4, his quirk mutated. Instead of now, the only way to how I say get them to poof, 2 ways. You only kill them, or it disperse. into a must directly die from the proof away. Instead, yep, that won't put so much damage. There's an upside and downside because I'll keep feel more. Yeah. Deku learned to tolerate. He also used this strategy in fights to create more and more. But we always have at least one focusing on increasing his stamina as many ways as possible. Each one of them focuses on different. The more important fields, the more important things you have more focus upon. You mean? Focus upon. So stamina, there'll be more stamina. Anything else? We'll say priority focus on stamina. Stamina is how many he can have. Also, he will work on durability as well. How much is taking down in strength, speed, he would work on as well. Also, some martial arts. Make him learn how to fight. A whole lot of that. There are also some in mental fields as well, like science, doctoring, all that stuff. Basically, he would study everything in the world to cut his eye. But when Yuzuku, how I say, this is how he would usually go, studying stuff. But Yuzuku will be smart. He will learn how to multitask. Learn how to multitask for his own good. Two things. You know, a lot of effort in that way. Put a lot of clones upon that. Eventually, Yuzuku got that down pat. Two things at once. Then all the clones multitasking, doing at least two tasks. But not either one doing to the utmost limit. Then the 3 tasks, 4 tasks, 5 tasks. Zuko could only multitask 5 things at once, without wasting any of his. That was maximum. So do 5 things at once. Each of his clones will be do 5 different things at the same time. Focus one is how I say. Do one sword. But all of them will at least working on stamina as well. All this thing will have one stamina, and the others are all different. Studying more and more and more. That's how. But when Deku turned 16, he's in the middle school, he was at bottleneck. All he needed was one more clone for a million. Deku knows so much because he studied a lot of things. He figured many ways to how they cut down on the learning field. Someone needs so many skills, so many martial arts. He learned everything he could. Nearly everything, anyway. To how I say, just absolute limit. There's only one thing he haven't figured out yet. One single thing he has not learned. That one thing will keep him from reaching a million. That one single thing he has not learned is how to handle. He's not gotten down perfectly yet. Is the mental strain of a million different eyes and a million different things to see, and a million different memories, different of a million different people. He has not got down pat, but he's almost got it. The drawback of the mind thing. But he, all he needs to do is train a bit more, and he'll eventually able to do that final bond that keep him from reaching a million. He knows a million will be absolute limit. He might go any further, but he might still try. Cause even so, eventually he's done it. He goes. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my! Happened near the same as in canon. Oh my! He's interested. Oh my! Him trains for 10 months. I think All Might sees how booked he is, decides to give it to him straight up. First was clean. He uses his clones and cleans it all up in a matter of a week. In a single week, he cleans the entire track thing. That then he gives his quirk to Deku. That single thing was the point. It pushed his quirk past its limit and gave life to. It allowed him to reach a million. A million of him. Actually, allowed him to surpass it. To surpass a million. 1,500,000. That's how many of him he could make. It also gave him super potential. Work even harder now. All he needs to do is unleash more. Now he go even harder. In those 10 months, he figured out full Cali in a making way. Through many of his clones, of course. Eventually, it went really, really bad. All of them were, how I say, those 500 extra he got were all focused on one task. How to master one for all. He got one for all down pat real quick. 2 months was over, he was able to use 50% of it. No strain of body, perfectly. 50% was always active. %. No, a bit more, I'll say. 80%. Almost all of it. 80%. We all know. Since even getting highs, I'll say copied. They're not splitting power, they're not weakened among the clones. They're all just same amount of power. Let's say even one for all is copied. Not split up. Each of them gets their own one for all. The strongest version. Also change something as well. Deku no longer needs to have, say, proof them their experience. All of them already share their experiences. Even, yeah, if stronger, they are stronger. Sorry. The experiences, this is the hive mind thing to be completed. The hive mind. In doing so, not even death with the body proof. It will remain. And only in death now with body proof. Well, no, it was mentioning the perfect thing. Only in death or when it is recalled. So Dakus were spread all across the world, to be honest with you. Some in Ireland. The older Dakus, how I say, didn't get it. The newer ones can get with all. But that, never mind, they all got it, because the hive mind linked them all together. They're all one being. More. Though I wish it was for me. Mine's already one, but the experiences will set apart. Like this one trying to ship doesn't mean this one have got it. Only when that disappeared would he get it. But that isn't necessary anymore. It just is. So that's how he got to. So he'll win automatically. Ball throw. First place. Heroes vs villains. Taku would win. Through pure either through brute force of the numbers. 1 to 2. It already is. Oh, is one of deck was not enough? So then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. He'll just keep on adding more and more until they can't handle it anymore. So they're overrun. It always works. So being with all my strength, keep on just coming at you, you ain't winning. But when how I say when then the boss Suyu asks what is his quirk. He says F2, an enhancement quirk and a cloning quirk. My quirk, my cloning quirk is different from everyone else's. You see, my clone use my experience, my stamina, clone quirk stamina. Secondly, learning experiences. So let's say you have one of my quirk, or my clone became a master of became a knew how to know more short, for example. I would know it too. I would know as well. Whatever they know, I know. Whatever they can do, I can do. Oh, if you teach one of them, I know as well. So I would have my clones train their stamina. So if you think about rushing, learn something new, I would push more and more my clones to do it. The two things that I focus upon is stamina and multitasking. Because all my clones stuff. So I can do two things at once. Like study. I also studied. I worked out many things I could. I didn't work out some things as I could as well. To max out my thing. I want to maximize 5 things at once. 5 things at once. And I don't know how much I pushed. I learned many ways, many things to do to max out my learning speed. Don't know why. I just put like this. Some things happened when you reach a certain, I don't know how, when I reached 1,000,000 clones, Hampton Court. But I have to guess, I pushed my quirk beyond its limits in some, and that was my gift. My quirk policy, pushing its stuff beyond its limit, it evolved in some way, gave me Hampton Court. So yeah, that helped. So that's how that's dealt with. That's how everything's dealt with. Something that really normal numbers. Usually dealt with by hundreds upon hundreds of decos winning. And they won. The X. Oh, one of our students had cloning quirk. It beat overwhelming numbers. An uncaring army. There was thousands of him. How about enhancement quirk? Going on and on. An army of uncaring about their deaths, whether they live or die. They'll fight like it did not matter because it didn't. As long as one of them exist, they all shall exist. Izuku is how I say the core, in some ways whatnot. You see, there's when Izuku, how I say, got one for all, something changed right now. There is no true Izuku anymore, because all of them are the real ones, yet not. One reason why they still follow Izuku, because he is the originator, the core, if you will, of them. Because one thing keeping, since T is the one who, how I say, poofs them in, I simply let him poof them out. If they get to, how I say, reality. All know that. All have their own course as well. It's just since he is the original, so poof them all away. The ones they make. Poof by him. Another one. And he has the hardest task of all. No one to deal with that. I mean, the hardest task is simple. That's the drawback of the court that still remains. The strength on the mind. It's a hive mind. All article did not. Yeah. So yeah. I'm going to say that because I hear him for two reasons. A, because many people and no one person can handle him. I will say Sue, Mina, Momo. And the rabbit hero and dragon hero. That's it. I'll go. In the 2 week, the USA, they'll be going on a date. Goes on dates. They put on moves. Things leads to another. They go get laid. Gets laid. I'll give you some bit of detail if I don't need. Let's just say two things. His stamina paid off. Stamina training paid off. And two, he put his quirk to use. His quirks to use. The time he was done, well, let's just say they were loved well. So, yeah, that led to uh, so that led to that. So that led to another few things going on. By the time then we have the sports festival, absolute fucking numbers. Over, let's go over and all of them. The pure numbers. He won. He did it by himself. Clones that he won as well. Oh, numbers. That's how he won all of it. So he goes to the Rabbit Hills Agency. The Rabbit Heroes, the Dragon Heroes, and went to all at the same time. He went to all of the agencies for one reason. He has enough clones to do it. Those two heroes led to another, whose agency something led to another, and he showed them why no one can rival him. He rocked their world. He is the best. How a million has nothing on his millions. And that led to then a good stain thing. Stain put up a good, decent fight. Line, but he still lost by the end of the day for one simple thing: numbers. It turned out, even though they're all the exact same person, it only worked on one of them. So, you do that one, I do this other one as well. But like that individual as well. You know why? It won't go to all the clones at once. So it's possible it won't. It didn't. And Zuku, thank God for it. Absolute numbers upon him and won. So that so I'll continue later if I remember or if I care enough. Bye guys.